Eat Sleep Box called Pete's. I'm with Sam Cox, who's moved to 5-0 tonight. Sam, 6th round tonight, tough fight. Just talk me through it.
Yeah, great learning fight, to be honest. We wanted 6 rounds. Now, looking at the opponent previously, before I boxed him, I was looking at him thinking, he's not too much of a threat with his hands. He's a bit of a runner. I'm going to have to track him down. And it kind of turned into the opposite. But the good thing was we had sparring where we were sitting in the pocket and we were working with heavy guys. So I couldn't just push them around and do what I wanted with them. So that stood me in good stead in there, because it turned into that kind of fight in the later rounds. From like 3, 4, 5 onwards, it was kind of a close encounter with throwing little short shots. I'd like to get hit less, but I'm probably my biggest critic, and I probably focus too much on the negatives. I'm going to take the positives away from this. I put in a great performance, hit your man with some nice heavy shots. To be honest, I've got to give him credit.
Yeah.
He had some chin, and I was hitting him around the body early, first couple of rounds. And normally I've been hitting people with 14-ounce gloves on, 2-3 weights above me, and dropping them. And he was like 8 ounces. I was hitting him around the ribs solid, and he was taking, and he gave as good as he got. I got clipped with a couple shots. I sort of hang my jaw out a little bit too much, but it's all part of a learning curve. I don't really tend to do it in sparring, but it's becoming a bit of a habit in the last couple of fights. So it's something we need to go back in the gym and have a look at. I think it's when I get overexcited a little bit and I kind of look for a few shots, I sort of open my body up. But it's not something we do in training, so it's not something we work on. But I think I've just spoken to my trainer Sam Zena, and it's something that we're gonna really focus on. The movement was what we wanted, coming off round to the left, and little movements worked, and we was doing stuff with rolling, and a lot of the stuff that we worked on since April has come off. So quite happy with that. But yeah, I'd like to go hit a little bit less.
Perfect.
But your man was one strong man.
Yeah. Do you think would you say he's basically the toughest opponent you faced, and one of the best chin?
Do you know what? The last fight I had was probably the hardest hitter, but you could see every shot coming. He was like in between. He wasn't a bang heavy hitter, but anyone with 8-ounce gloves on, it's not nice to get hit with. He hit me around the back of the ear a couple of times, and it's a bit ringy, but nothing that I was like, like made me feel anything. But he was probably one of the most awkward fights I've had. My first couple of fights were a bit more awkward, but he was a bit more active than them. He come with him through, and it's because we want another 6-rounder, and I want to be fighting for Southern Areas English titles early next year. So I don't need someone I'm going to take out in 2 rounds. What's that going to do for me? Do you know what I mean? So we're going to try a little bit of a tougher opponent next, and obviously I want to step up. I want to put on a better performance so that I know that I can go on to that next level.
Perfect. Fantastic. One thing I want to talk to you was, so we've got 1 KO in 5 fights, although in my opinion you're a bigger puncher than what that's.
My record,
Absolutely.
I think I hit a lot harder than my record shows. My first 2 fights, I had probably one of the most awkwardest journeymen out there, and he's been stopped once or twice, and that's by he's from Liverpool. He boxed for a world title. Baby Assassin.
I know. Name doesn't spring to mind, but I know you're talking.
But he boxed for a world title. He boxed him the first time, didn't stop him. He boxed him twice for a tune-up fight after he got beat and stopped him in the first round. And he got stopped by someone who's like 3 or 4 weights above me. Now, no one in my weight stopped him. He's just a runner, very awkward. Second one, same sort of thing. He boxed here tonight as it goes. Tough man, really awkward. Third one, obviously, I got out within a round. The last one was at the O2. Give me him here at 6 rounds, I'd have stopped him. But at the O2, it was like going back to my debut, and it felt like I was so under pressure not to make a mistake. I was making little mistakes and little errors, so I kind of just stepped behind my jab and thought, you know what, let me play it safe. I'm at a big show, on a matchroom card, I want to impress, don't want to do anything too stupid. And then this one, like I said, really tough guy. I could have hit him with fucking baseball bat. I don't think he was going anywhere.
No.
But I think I'm a lot heavier hitter. I've dropped a lot bigger guys in the gym, and hurt a lot bigger guys in the gym. But it'll come. I think as the rounds come, the better opponents, the more someone comes at me, the more they're going to get hit.
Perfect.
So,
Yeah, but as you said, it's if you knock someone out in 30 seconds, there's a limited amount you're going to learn. So then your next fight, your next 2 fights, would you prefer to go the distance or stop them late rather than stop them early? Is that fair to say?
I'd like to do another 6-rounder and get a late stoppage, just to like show everybody there is a bit of power in his hands. But if it don't come. Listen, look at Warrington. Didn't stop anyone ever. So has he got the power to win the world title? Is he? He went through all the titles, won all the titles you can win, and then now as a world champion, and just before he became world champion, he started hitting heavy, and you see there's an interview from Frampton saying, "Fuck me, he couldn't believe how hard he is."
I remember. And
it's just when they come, they'll come. It takes time.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned titles. If you had one more 6-rounder, say in a couple of months, would you take a Southern Area title after that? Is that?
Yeah. So the process really for me is get out late November, early December. One more, finish the year off 4-0, hopefully. I had 2 before this year, so that'll take us to 6-0, and then either March eliminator or title.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that all sounds really exciting, Sam. Thanks for giving me a few minutes of your time
Cheers,
today.
mate. Thank you.
And congratulations.